A former White House aide may have just blown up Donald Trump's biggest and best defense, if, of course, he ever gets prosecuted for any of the coup attempts that he and his administration engaged in. That former aide, of course, is Alyssa Farah Griffin, who recently said on CNN that Donald Trump knew he had lost the 2020 election legitimately to Joe Biden, and that she heard Donald Trump at one point say, quote, "Can you believe I lost to this guy?" That is what Griffin says Donald Trump said while watching Joe Biden on TV. Can you believe I lost to this guy? So it's a simple statement, right? So how does that blow up Donald Trump's best possible legal defense? Well, it's actually very simple. If Donald Trump were to be prosecuted for any of the things that have been uncovered or exposed, which of course is a huge if. As it stands right now, honestly, I would love to see him prosecuted. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I no longer am optimistic about any of that. I just simply don't have any optimism left in me. But let's assume for a minute Merrick Garland gets off his ass and decides, you know what, I'm going to prosecute this guy. We got plenty of evidence. The judges have said there's clear evidence of criminal activity. So let's do it. So let's assume Merrick Garland does that. Donald Trump gets his legal team together. They go to court. What do they argue in order to get him out? They would say he legitimately believed the election was stolen, and he was taking the necessary steps, given his office and his authority, to try to uncover all of this voter fraud. They would have to prove that he legitimately believed these election lies. So what the prosecution would have to do in addition to, proving that he did all the things he's accused of, they would also have to prove that, no, he didn't believe that crap. So statements like the one made by Alyssa Farah Griffin that Donald Trump came out and said, "Can you believe I lost to this guy?" That could ruin your whole defense. Problem is, you got to have evidence. You got to have more than just a former aide saying, "Oh yeah, I totally heard him say that he lost. Yeah, so haha, you're going to jail." That's not going to cut it in court, right? Alyssa Farah Griffin taking the stand and saying, "Yes, I heard him say this." The defense is going to be like, "Do you have any evidence to prove this?" "Well, no, I don't." "Okay, then you could just be making this up." "But I'm not." "But you could be." "But I'm not." "But you could be." They're going to create the doubt within the jury. That's going to get tossed. So you need more people coming forward. You need corroborating witnesses. And then, of course, you have a chance to make it stand. But more importantly, if you have any kind of hard evidence of this, then you've got a slam dunk. Because it's all about the criminal intent. If Donald Trump was doing the coup just because he didn't want to leave office, 100% criminal. If he legitimately believed there was fraud, that doesn't make it okay, but in the eyes of the law, it could give him an out to not be convicted of it. Now, I don't believe for a second that he thought there was fraud. Absolutely not. Not when any of this was happening. Now, I do think he does. I do think that he gaslit himself into believing in all this crazy crap. But for the first year of it, honestly, I don't think he believed it at all. But it doesn't matter what I think, because I'm not on the jury. I'm not going to be in that courtroom. In fact, it's unlikely anybody will be in the courtroom because all of this, of course, hinges on Merrick Garland actually doing his job. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.